into the process of becoming and transitioning into a full-time geek. Because I know a lot of you have aspirations to do that, as we did. And we're going to go right to the source and talk to different people who have successfully made the transition and pick their brain about it a little bit. So hi, Dylan. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me here.
Good. So, first question is, how do you explain what you do to, say, a distant relative who has absolutely no idea what you do?
Yeah, that's always like the hardest, especially because names of jobs are just like, it's all changed now in this new world that we live in. And I feel like particularly weird. Am I an actor? Am I a writer? Because I don't write Night Vale, but outside of Night Vale, I write and direct theater. So this is, it just everything blends. And then how did I even get here? I mean, I guess like I've been interested in theater for a really long time, and I was doing theater, but I also have, like my geekery that I, always foster. And how would I explain it? Sometimes I just say I'm an actor just to like end the conversation, and then sometimes I say I'm a performer and writer if I want to like talk a little more, and then I just say I'm a performer and a creator. And then I just kind of walk away because that has so many questions to it.
Now, I'm kind of curious, for you guys specifically, have you had anyone in your life not really associated with what you do with Night Vale discover it?
Yes. I will say that it was really funny, especially to be someone who was like, hey, I feel like this is such a small audience that I want to individually welcome everyone who now comes. So, hi, how are you? Hi.
Yeah, welcome.
Hi,
you look
how's
really
it going?
nice.
Look, everyone, we're all here. It's our living room. Welcome to Night Vale. It's that kind of thing that if you've heard of it, it's a huge, huge deal. And if you haven't, you're like, what is Welcome to Night Vale? Is it a radio show? What radio station? And then...
I feel like even after the first episode, some people are still like, what?
Yeah. People can't like really put it in a box, and everyone loves putting things into boxes, right? Like, but Night Vale kind of escapes that. But what is kind of cool and redeeming is that, like, I wasn't cool in middle school and high school. I don't know if anyone knows that feeling. I deeply was uncool. And then suddenly all of these people who now realize that I'm part of Welcome to Night Vale are coming out of the woodwork to be like, oh, welcome to Night Vale? And I'm like, yeah, but you weren't friends with me then, so we're not going to be friends with you.
You get to be like the most famous person at your 10-year high school reunion?
Yeah, but in a different kind
I know,
way.
right?
It's like, I do
Half
stuff
of them
on
are
the
still
internet.
Gonna be like,
yeah, they're mostly going to be like, the internet is a place where things happen? Yeah, so.
Good deal. Well, you spoke of... the deeply uncool, which like resonates with me, and being a geek in your life. When did you realize that you had made the transition to like being a geek full time as opposed to like casually?
Thank you for asking. I absolutely know that. Well, so like my geekdom, I don't think like totally fits in line with the fandoms that I see today. My geekdom was like I was a film nerd. Like just like and like pop culture and just like that is what I absorbed. And so the moment was when I started making spreadsheets for all of the award seasons of films, and I would make in-depth spreadsheets for every award from as big as the Oscar to as small as like a rural critics circle award.
You're a stats nerd, and I love that.
It's real stats, and so I would just make Excel spreadsheets to predict the winners of the Oscars, and that's when I knew there was a point of no return, that there was no going back, and this is who I am, and that's my reality.
Numbers are so cool, though.
Numbers are really cool.
Yeah, they really are.
Numbers tell a cool story because it's hard to argue with them.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So what in your nerdy travels have you accumulated that is your geekiest possession?
Oh my goodness. Again, talking about a little bit of different fandoms here. Well, There are a few. I'll tell you what. When I was in 6th grade, I made the high honor roll, not to brag, but I was on the high honor roll at school, and I never had trophies from sports because I never played sports. So I forced my parents to make me a trophy in the shape of an Oscar that said Dylan Marron, 6th grade, high honors. And I'm publicly sharing that story with you now. So now everyone knows that, and now I'm questioning if I should have told you that, but that's a true thing.
I a little bit want to be best friends with you.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good story.
yeah, that and I would pose. I would pose with that Oscar for my high honor roll. And it was like high honor roll for a quarter. You know, it wasn't like you did a great job all year. It was like you had a really great quarter.
If I get an face on this report card, are you going to make a banner?
Yes, I would. I that's what I wanted, you know.
Did you get like a float in the parade when you got valedictorian, or like did you just keep
No, there
escalating
was
it?
no valedictorian. I just held my Oscar every day in my bathroom mirror. Yeah.
So before you kind of embraced the full-time geek thing and made that transition, how'd you pay your bills? What was your job before you did that? Or sort of still not the case?
I'm lucky to be a full-time actor right now, but that always changes, you know, so who knows if you're hiring. Hey, I can pull a good espresso shot. But I
feel like being an actor, you go like, I am an actor, and what it really means is like, the food goes on here.
Yeah, I guess that's very right. But I did a whole series of internships because I'm of that generation, which is likely your generation, where we're being told to accept no pay for work, and we're told that it'll pay off in the end, which...
Generation crippling student debt?
Yeah, yes, and predatory student loans, all of those things. But I feel like my life really started when I got a job at Whole Foods, and I was a cashier at Whole Foods, and I was like, going in and clocking out and actually getting paid for my time, unlike these internships, which, is anyone here working an internship right now as we speak? 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, a little. I know that feeling. I know that 4 a little feeling. But, yeah, you would pull 10-hour days of research and then nothing. Like sometimes not even a recommendation letter because they like changed their emails because that nonprofit decided to do something else. But yeah, I totally loved working at Whole Foods. I was interacting with people, I was talking to people, I was communing with real humans that were coming back to me, who were not just the limit of people that I was seeing in my liberal arts school. So yeah, felt really great. And Whole Foods, and then I was a barista and a server, and yeah, a long time serving food to people.
So if you weren't able to do what you are doing now full-time, or at all, what would you want to be doing? Where would you see your life going?
Thank you for this question. And I was asked this yesterday at the Welcome to Night Vale panel, but I would want to own and run a cafe. I think cafes are like these amazing places for people to gather, for minds to mingle with each other, and
free Wi-Fi, can't beat it.
Free Wi-Fi. So a lot of people who just stay put there. But yeah, I mean, when you're a barista, you're giving people a legally sanctioned drug, right, that they need, and then they're taking it, and they love you for it, and create a really cool relationship.
That's sainthood,
yeah,
really.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm a saint for giving people their caffeine.
I really, really like that. So I have a follow-up. What's your favorite breakfast food then, Mr. Cafe?
Oh, goodness.
This is a good personality. In
yeah, we're having a good
Yes.
time here. There's a fly that keeps buzzing around my arm.
It did it to me too.
Yeah, it loves us. What is my favorite breakfast food? I just love hash browns.
I respect that.
And like
Do you
store
like them crispy?
yeah,
Like the, I need them like
really
super
thin,
crispy. Yeah.
really salty
Like a good
hash browns.
I respect that.
Thank you.
So what are you working on right now? I know you released an episode last night. Guys, you should all go check it out when you're queued up in a line later. This is the perfect time to listen to the new Night Vale podcast.
Yeah. You can download it right now.
Right, like physically right now. Oh, wait.
I'm on auto downloads.
Oh, we got an auto download over here. Auto downloads, anyone?
I wrote
yes,
that.
lots of okay. So we're preaching to the choir here.
I listen to it on SoundCloud at work because I'm stuck in a gatehouse for 8 hours, and that's the only thing I can pass the time with.
I see. SoundCloud at work is just for those listening at home. It's a good way. What am I working on right now? I started a YouTube series that has been getting a nice amount of press. It's called Every Single Word. Yes, nods of familiarity, thumbs up. For those of you who don't know, it's a YouTube series called Every Single Word Spoken by a Person of Color in, and I just edit down movies to just be the people of color speaking, and just released Wet Hot American Summer yesterday, 7 seconds, which entirely consists of title slides. No people of color speak in that. Other films where no one speaks is Noah, the biblical movie, right? Set in biblical times with brown people, played by Russell Crowe. And so that has been keeping me pretty busy and getting me in doing interviews for that, and I hopefully I'm not doing it for the novelty of it. It's not just like this kind of LOL thing, but I hope there's actual change that comes of it. And I'm also not going to do it forever. I don't want to spend my life editing down movies to make a point of stuff that I've experienced in the industry.
Good deal. Well, I think we have time for a couple of questions. I'd love to open up the floor. Does anyone have a question they'd like to ask? You know you do.
I'm getting out the paper.
You've got a question. There's nothing you want to know.
Am I interested in filmmaking? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, most of the professional gigs I get are acting in film. So I'll keep doing that, and I would absolutely love to be making film, because I think that's part of, the way to counteract this is for people who are aware of different stories to tell different stories, and I think that's what Jeffrey and Joseph do with Welcome to Night Vale. And it's kind of strange to get straight white guys who get it and write a queer interracial couple because they're like, that's just what I want to write. But it's more creators like that. It's more people who want to tell stories like that, and it's more people who want to tell their own stories that are not the stories that we're used to hearing. So.
If you were given the power right now to make one bill and fix something in the world, what would it be?
That's impossible to answer. Just because. Thank you, though. It's a great question and impossible to answer. Yes, and. But like I've talked about in these interviews with these videos, it's like we have no tools for talking about systemic problems. We have no tools for talking about something like systemic racism, where everyone always thinks that with these videos I'm like, you're racist, but I'm not. I'm just talking about this notion that these universal stories are just being told by white people and with white actors.
Shining a flashlight in the dark place.
Shining a flashlight in the dark place. That's exactly it. So, yeah, is there a bill that would counteract that? In the wake of, Sandra Bland and Sam DuBose that is going on while all this is happening, which feels kind of strange to me that we're in this total fantasy land while there's some really real shit going on in the world. I mean, it would be targeting police brutality, which is not the entirety of the problem, but it is the strongest symbol of the problem right now.
That's a damn good answer. We want to be friends.
Yeah, let's be friends. Do you guys all want to be friends?
Yeah. Anyway.
Done. It's a law.
It's a law. We are all legally
Alrighty.
bound to each other.
Well, do we have any final questions? Alrighty, what's your question?
What do you like to do when traveling someplace new?
What do you like to do when you travel someplace new?
I mostly experience that on Night Vale Tour, where it's like a new city every day, and I face plant into my bed because
Same.
somehow travel is exhausting to sit in a car for that long. I don't
Do
know
you have
why.
road trip habits?
Yeah, I mean, I like always try and run so that I don't like go crazy. So I would like to say that I get to a hotel and I run, but that's totally not true. I get to a hotel and I face
Plant into the pillow.
And, but yeah, road habits are obsessively snacking on chocolate-covered fruits
Nom.
and Cliff Bars, and watching a lot of YouTube videos and listening to audiobooks.
Good deal. Alrighty, well, thank you for coming, everybody. Again, this was Full-Time Geek for the Win with Dylan from Welcome to the Night Vale. Stay tuned to this stage today for some more Q&As with a lot of our resident full-time geeks. We appreciate you coming. Enjoy the rest of the con.